We humans are creator gods, and we always have been since our souls were created. This is per design, and therefore I've mentioned earlier that we humans are not evolving. We are already evolved. All we're doing is to try to remember who we really are and our potentials after having limited ourselves and our capabilities for eons. We have created beliefs and belief systems that have reduced our ability to create to a very low and often destructive level. Many of us learn as we progress that we live in a universe of free will, whether we are humans here on Earth or star beings in the Ka. This has become something of a general belief in the spiritual community. But after some deeper look into the subject, we do not live in a free will universe. I used to subscribe to this myself until just recently. What I found, based on the West Penry papers, WPP and other research, is that the Ka is not a universe of free will. In the Ka, different rules apply. This becomes obvious when I look back and review my own research, but I didn't make the connection earlier. In the Ka, a star being and or a star race has to earn their positions as creator gods, as explained in the WPP. Any star being can't just go out in the Ka and create worlds or constructs. Before they can do that, they need to learn how to master fear and other negative emotions. Not until they can live their existence with love and compassion and be able to work in a group setting, in collaboration with others, rather than in competition, can they become creator gods on their own. Until then, they use the creations of those who have reached this state to engage in. In other words, creator gods, to a large degree, create open constructs for other star beings to learn and experience within, until they themselves become creator gods, in that, if that's what they choose to be. Star beings and star races can be invited by creator gods to engage in the creator gods' creations. Star beings can also ask for permission to participate in these constructs. Therefore, this is not a universe of free will, but something else entirely. To understand the difference, we need to look at what free will really is. But first, let's discuss a few other things. Some of our visitors have wondered about, when we exit the matrix, if we are going to experience another construct, different to this one perhaps, but still a construct. With the above in mind, and if we were ordinary, so to speak, star beings, the answer would be yes, although we would probably have the choice as of which construct we would like to participate in. However, in the case of the human soul group, compared to other star races, we are different, and that brings us to the question who we humans really are. As mentioned earlier, the human soul group is already evolved. We are and have always been natural-born creator gods. We were created as such. The Queen, together with beings close to her, came up with the idea to create an experiment in free will, something that had never been done before. The Queen wanted to create a soul group with a wide range of emotions, both positive and negative emotions, and everything in between. She wanted for this soul group to use all and any of these emotions and create freely with no strings attached. This means that it would be accepted to create out of fear as well as it would be to create out of love and compassion, respectively. She wanted to see if a soul could learn faster from being faced with this kind of challenge, get more experience, and come out on the other end with more wisdom, love, and compassion. If the experiment would be successful, the universe would thereafter have creator gods who could create from a wider range of experience than the creator gods who currently were creating in the Ka. It was all about expansion, so that the divine feminine, source, could learn quicker and at the same time gain more wisdom. This is what free will is. We have the freedom to create whatever we want in any state of emotions with no strings attached. We can make whatever choices we want, and no one outside this construct will interfere, or it would ruin the project. Of course, there are always consequences to what we create, and that's our only guideline to determine what we want to create. Then, after graduation, we were meant to become universal creator gods right away, without having to go through all these steps of learning before we are appointed as creator gods. And this is exactly what made other star beings jealous of us. They said, why them and not us? Overall, the experiment went in the right direction, until Enki, Marduk, Ereshkigal, the Syrians and others decided to take over the experiment, something that culminated in the Titan Wars, i.e. the invasion, and the rest is history. See the WPP and our previous videos. Even after the invasion, the experiment in free will was still on, although the game changer made it much harder for us to graduate. Nonetheless, we had and still have free will. With all the above in mind, taking into consideration all the struggle we humans have, why doesn't the Queen just terminate the experiment once and for all? There are many reasons for this, and we have brought them up in previous videos, so we're not going to repeat them here. But we need to remember that we are the Queen. We are her soul splinters. We all have our own individuality, and we are still her. And what we experience, she will experience as well. Terminating the experiment is not an easy decision, based upon everything that is involved. Looking around you and observing the entire human experience at this particular time, do you think that this experiment is a success or a failure? Is there still a chance for humanity to make it as a soul group? In your opinion, what do you think should be done? Taking all of what we've discussed in the WPP and in our videos into consideration, and if you were the Queen, what would you do? Please feel free to address your own thoughts and opinions, as usual, in the comment section below. These are very important questions that need to be discussed, because after all, we humans are the ones in the middle of all this.